You see, I've been saying this for years. Facts, logic, and common sense in the eyes of white supremacy does not exist. I'll say it again. Facts, logic, and common sense through the eyes of white supremacy does not exist. So, here's the thing, right? Jacob Blake, who was shot 7 times by a race soldier, trying to go in his car, trying to go in his vehicle. Now, allegedly, they're saying that he had a weapon, reaching for a knife, okay? Reaching for a knife, I guess, to go stab cops. Let's just say that's real, right? You guys still shot the man 7 times. Common sense will tell you that, right? In retaliation of that, okay, that affected, or that was affected by the Jacob Blake shooting, you had the next day or night was a protest, a Black Lives Matter rally, and a white supremacist race soldier in training, Kyle Rittenhouse, shot and killed 2 people with a fully automatic assault rifle, walking around in front of race soldiers, no problem. No problem. He wasn't shot. He wasn't pepper sprayed. He wasn't tasered. He wasn't doing nothing. They just let him parade around, no problem. Common sense will tell you that there's an imbalance with that. Right? Now, white supremacists, they consider what he did patriotic. They consider what he did, as he's a hero. This kid is 17 years old. Kyle Rittenhouse is 17 years old. Like I said, he's a race soldier in training. He would be what this race soldier that shot Jacob Blake 7 times in the back, he would have been somebody like them. Because he wanted to be a race soldier, a police officer. That's what he wanted to be. So he would have wound up killing an unarmed black man, woman, or child anyway. He wound up killing 2 people at a Black Lives Matter rally. Right? And wounded 1 other person. So again, he was obsessed with law enforcement, obsessed with white supremacist views, and he has a backing behind him, right? These white supremacist groups back him. So-called law enforcement backs him, which is why he's protected, which is why nothing happened to him, carrying that fully automatic assault rifle right next to race soldiers, a line of race soldiers. He went like this or some shit, some signal to them to indicate, yeah, he's with them. And they obliged. So there is the dynamic right there. Jacob Blake is in handcuffs, who's paralyzed, in the hospital, right? In the hospital, paralyzed, and he's handcuffed because he tried to reach for a knife. But yet, Kyle Rittenhouse, who killed 2 people, nothing happened to him. He wasn't shot, wasn't tased, wasn't tackled, wasn't nothing. He was arrested peacefully. He's been apprehended, charged with murder, but he's been apprehended peacefully. That shows you the dynamic right there. I can list so many other interesting, right, dynamics that happen, but that's obviously the most recent and most common sense one because it just happened. Kyle Rittenhouse killed 2 people, arrested peacefully, right? Jacob Blake trying to get into his vehicle, supposedly reaching for a knife, shot 7 times in the back, in the hospital, paralyzed, and arrested, and he has handcuffs around him while he's paralyzed. You see, like I said, going back to my first point, that's why facts, logic, and common sense does not exist through the eyes of white supremacy. In order for you to have a system of justice, we need to understand the rules and regulations of eradicating every systemic resource the dominant white society owns, which includes all 9 areas of activity: economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war. It's all about economics, family. And, this selection for this year, let me tell you something. This is the most pointless election, or selection, I should say. Selection that I can think of right now, because of the fact that these two candidates, Trump and Biden, don't have any policies, any tangibles for black society specifically. So therefore, I'm not voting for either one of them. In order for you to have change, systemic change, you need economic power. I've been saying that since day one. If you study the blueprint of Powernomics by Dr. Claude Anderson, you will understand that. Dr. Claude Anderson laid the blueprint about Powernomics. Dr. Claude Anderson laid the blueprint about economic empowerment for our community. So we're not just voting, but we're putting money behind our vote, which equates to power, which equates to change. Right? Because every other group besides black society, right? You look at the so-called Native American community. They have a very small voter turnout. But they've been protected since day one. Look at the Asian community. Very small voter turnout. They've been protected. They own their resources, their own community since day one. So on and so forth. We don't have that mindset. All we do is we want somebody to pander our vote, go into our churches, act like they care about the struggle, and they keep us docile and submissive. We fall in love and vote for them, and we hope for change because it feels good. But nothing ever comes out of that. Nothing ever comes out of that. Look where we're at today. We have a Jacob Blake issue. We have a whole bunch of Kyle Rittenhouses in the dominant white society. There will be more Kyle Rittenhouses, race soldiers in training coming up, right? And the race soldier that shot Jacob Blake in the back 7 times. I think his name is Sheshki. There's going to be more Sheshkis, okay, coming up. This will not stop. This will be a cycle that's going to keep repeating itself until we replace this system with a system of justice. The system is working as it should. It's working to protect the dominant white society. It's working to mistreat black society. That's what it's designed to do. If you replace it with a system of justice, everything will be eradicated, including all 9 areas of activity, like I said before. Right? So again, the dynamic you see, Jacob Blake shot 7 times, paralyzed in the hospital, handcuffed. Kyle Rittenhouse killed 2 people, right? Arrested peacefully. So that's what it is, family. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think, family. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at GMOGFitness. Just nothing ceases to amaze me with how white supremacy works. White supremacy is just so visceral. But I learn a lot from it. I learn a lot from it every day. So it is what it is, family. Leave your comments down below. Until next time, signing out. Peace.